This is just a hover test with 4S on the 5S Racerstar BR2305 2400 kV motors, just hover test only on 4S. Oop, and I'm not level. And it does that every so often. I gotta disconnect and reconnect.
Telemetry lost. Telemetry recovered.
Okay. This is just hover tests. No crazy punch outs on 4S. Next is going to be the 5S test, just hovering. Already blew out one flight controller. Right now I'm flying with the Flip 32 F4 with no OSD. The propellers are 50/50C, 5-inch dowel props. Can only give it 50% throttle, but I want to tell the difference between a mini punch out or throttle up between the 4S and the 5S battery. It's a lot of power. This is a 180 millimeter frame. Coming in right now under, with the props under 300 grams, probably like 274, but with that VTX it'll push over 300. But I really like the way it looks. I really like the way it's flying. This D-Shot 35 amp all-in-one Racerstar ESCs. A lot of power in those two-bladed props. 3-blade on a 5S, I think it would draw too much current, too much amps. But this is just right, in my opinion. Now the Wizard X20S is also 5S, but the upweight, or just the actual weight of the quadcopter without the battery, is 365 grams. Like I said, this one right now is sub 300 grams. And this is probably the smallest frame that you can use for a 5-inch quad. You can see everything underneath was built underneath the legs. So even the flight controller, I had to actually install the flight controller upside down, which was kind of a pain in the butt. And I've got the 1000 microfarad capacitor, clean up any noise. But listen to those 2305 fire motors, they're smooth. They are smooth. Well, the props are smooth too. Oh, as you can see, I have the XSR receiver mounted underneath. I'm not going to do anything crazy to it. It's just going to have a tape underneath the arms. That's about it. I'm not nearly completed with this build. Still have a lot more to do. This is just a test run, as I said. Okay, now let's try the 5S. Okay, now we're going to try to hover function test with the 180 enslaver on 5S with Racerstar BR2305 5S motors and the Racerstar 4-in-1 35 amp ESC. So just hover, nothing crazy. Also using the Turnigy graphene battery, 5S. Come on, get in there.
Telemetry recovered.
And a buzzing sound, I cannot get rid of that for the life of me. Don't know what it is. Only does it on 5S. See, the battery is adding a lot of weight. That's 215 grams. But the punch on it is a lot more. Oh my, yeah. Got to keep that low. Much stronger than the 4S. So we're just going to hover it. And this is a complete 5S quad. This is, well, I got to put the BTX in. I did burn out the first flight controller following somebody else's instruction. I should have just listened to JC, but I didn't. So this is just a flip 32 F4 without OSD. She just wants to take off. So we're just going to hover and we're going to feel those motors when we're done. Right now the temperature out here where I am is about 85 degrees, 80 plus, so these motors will be a little bit warmer than they were this morning. This morning they were cold. And as you can see, I'm afraid to put the BTX on because that the buzzer, the warning buzzer, just keeps on going on and won't stays on and beeps the whole time, the whole flight. So I haven't figured that out yet. The flight controller is able to handle the extra voltage, no problem. But there is no, as far as I can see, I could not find a 20 volt or 5 volt leads coming off of the flight controller so I can hook up the OSD safely, and of course this buzzer. I can't figure out why this buzzer is doing that. I think right now my Emax 2306 motors would have exploded or be super red hot with the heat. But these $35 Racerstar BR Fire Series, there's something else. Yeah, you can tell she just wants to go. And I do actually like the added weight that this battery puts on. I think it'll make handling turns a little easier too. As I say that, I almost crashed. But I cannot figure out what to do with that buzzing, guys. If you know how I should hook up that buzzer to stop it from going off on 5S like that. It also does its job though when the battery is low. It will do the low battery warning. I do have telemetry hooked up with the Tyrannus. As long as I've been flying at 3.8 volts. I flew it for about 2 or 3 minutes this morning. So I'm just continuing the charge from the battery. But this graphene 1300 milliamp battery just seems to go on forever. Of course, flying FPV, you're going to be hitting throttle, full throttle more often than this. I doubt you're going to hit full throttle with this one. It's too light and too fast. You might do a series of punches, but that's about it. And watch, how long we've been flying? What voltage do you think we're on? Let's see. Bet it says still 3.7. Oh, 3.8 volts still. And I tested the voltage when it's setting it. It is actually accurate. Like I said, with this battery you can fly a long time. And this setup you can fly a long time. And I am flying acro, so that's why I'm also flying very conservative, so to speak. Oh, finally. Maybe I just have to juice it and it makes that noise go away.
3.7 volts.
And this is a head chopper for sure. Definitely don't want to fly this around people or in confined places like I am right now. I think the olive weight right now is close to 500 without the VTX. But you could tell, even with that heavy battery, this thing has no problem with the lift. The thrust is ridiculous. Guys, $35. 4 5S motors, get them. Imagine how loud that would be if I did a full punch. Like I said, this is just a test. I think 2 prop blades are perfect for this setup. 3 might drop too much amps. Okay, let's hear what the voltage is now after all that flying so far. 3.7 volts, guys. Tyrannus says 3.7 volts. That's a lot of flight time. And like I said, I've already flown this for 2 minutes on this charge this morning, or before I got to my brother's house. So if you can get FPV flying at least 5 minutes out of this, going full throttle, you would be, because I'm going, I don't know what the flight time is on this, guys, but you can check the YouTube video and see for yourself.